it's me again. Basically, what I'm going to demonstrate today is an 808 technique, just like a bass technique in general. You don't strictly have to do it with an 808, but it's a technique that you use to clip the fuck out of your 808s, make them sound kind of plucky or more plucky than usual, kind of like a pluck bass, but without having to design it from scratch. So, main elements here, not super complex. A compressor. This is just a normal 808, by the way, something like this. Completely dry, taken out of like some plug kit on Reddit, whatever. We're just gonna compress the fuck out of it. Not super critical, but you know, I just do this a lot. It sounds like this. Nothing insane. No, I'm gonna add a soft clipper on the end. That will be really relevant later. It could also be on the master. I technically put Ozone on the master, which also soft clips this, but you know, at least one soft clipper is necessary here. Next, what we're gonna add is fruity vocoder. Now, you could probably do this with other vocoders, but I'm not actually sure about that. Don't take my word for it. You would need more knowledge than I have to figure this out. Now, what we're going to alter here is just the minimum frequency. Probably just get it above 20 hertz. Not super important. If you have the DC offset before the vocoder, which we're going to talk about later, the DC offset part, you do want it to be above 20 hertz probably, so it doesn't also apply the effect to everything below. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure that this means that it won't vocode shit below the frequency that humans can hear. So, we have at 38, sounds like this now. Probably want to mess with that a little bit more. Yeah, get that like a... I'm going to cut it off real quick so I can just do this without causing... Okay, so... Sorry about that. I forgot how loud this is. Now, next we're going to add DC offset. Now, you could do this multiple ways. What I do is I just got this free anniversary plugin. It's on our website. I guess I'll link it in the description. It just adds DC offset to our signal. Now, this is like a thing that you do to taste. DC offset, I believe, is just a really low frequency signal that can blow the fuck out of anything it's applied to or mixed with. I'm not exactly sure. If I'm wrong about that, please tell me, because I don't really know how the fuck this works. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to automate the vocoder in the DC offset. So let me put this in a pattern first to demonstrate this. And I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to have a dry control test and then like the actual technique being displayed here. What I actually do to, you know, get the 808 to sound like I want it to, specifically in my track called Upsetting, which just came out, we're going to automate the DC offset in the vocoder. Now, the vocoder messes with the pitch of the 808, which you don't really want, but considering that the 808 has a pitch envelope at the start of the sound that makes it sound like all thumpy and shit, you're going to want to accentuate that with it and not have it run the entire time. You know, you can listen to taste as long as you can hear the actual note that's playing and it's supposed to be, you know, the right note, then you're good. Same thing with the DC offset, but you don't have to have it like pluck, really. It can be active the entire time. I just don't really like the sound of that. Sounds like that. That's kind of cool, but I like ramping it off so it has like a more gradual. It doesn't have to be nearly as gradual as the vocoder though. Just remember that. Now, the soft clipper here is necessary because if you don't have the soft clipper on, it sounds like this, and it doesn't work. It kind of works, but it also has problems with it. So, that is basically the essence of this. Normally, I would just put all these effects on a drum bus that the 808 is being routed to, and strictly routed to. It's not going anywhere else, like dry. But basically, dry-ish. 808 technique. Now, make sure this doesn't get too loud because it can easily overpower everything. DC offset is a dangerous thing to work with, especially on speakers, I believe. So be very careful. Use this to your own discretion. Do not take my strict word for it. Now, I believe that's everything. Goodbye.